PSG and Dortmund both won.
Nice.
You know,
Huh?
how you doing?
Good, you?
All right.
Good.
We don't have to face Luka and Kyrie.
I asked,
Why would that change my mood?
I asked Terrence if he looked forward to seeing the same opponent 3 times in 5 years, or
Yeah.
you'd rather see a different opponent. And he said, "Do I look forward to playing against Luka? Probably not." How do you view that? Do you look forward to playing the same opponent? Is there anything?
I mean,
like that?
there's no easy matchups in playoffs, especially in the West, and it's just who we got. And there's no, oh, we should have, did this or did that. We should have played these guys. We're playing Dallas Mavericks. Got to get ready for them. I think everyone's excited. We cannot wait for Sunday for the game to start. To kind of start this thing, and that's it. Everyone's excited.
Last time there was a lot of wonky stuff going on with Kristaps, Boban, you and everything. Do you anticipate this being a much different series from what we saw in the past, given all the different personnel changes?
I think so. Yeah, they got a bunch of new players. We got a bunch of new players. I think it's going to be a different series. I think both teams play a little different than before. So I think it's going to be different than last 2 times.
How do you anticipate Daniel Gafford specifically changing how this series goes? Like, how do you think that helps you stay on the court potentially compared to 3 years ago?
I mean, they used to play small way more than they do now. So, that's a guy who I can match up with very well, and that's about it. I mean, they got 2 good bigs that play a lot, and I expect we're not going to be able to go small as much. That I'll be able to get more run this time around.
Why do you think Gafford in particular, has had so much success with Luka compared to all the other centers that he's played with, even Kristaps?
I think his role is more specified. He's a rim runner, roller, offensive rebounder, protect the rim, grab rebounds. His role is pretty simple from that point. And having a guy like Luka, one of the best point guards in the league, it's only going to make things easier. So I think they complement each other very well. He's a lob target. Luka is a guy who can pass the ball really well. So I think that's a really good fit over there.
And so with those 2 guys, Gafford and Lively, it seemed like when you played this Mavs team before, that when Luka and Kyrie come off of ball screens, you guys trying to funnel. Now with the 2 bigs and a lob threat, does that change your defensive philosophy?
It does a little bit. Those 2 guys are really good rollers. They get behind the defense, so you can't really, can't stay in coverage too much. Guards got to do a better job getting around Luka. He likes to keep the guys on his back coming off the pick and roll. So it's just about we got to do a better job getting into the ball before the screen, getting through screens and getting back in front of Luka. And I got to be really good with not letting roll get behind me. And that's something they do well, and that's something we know, and we're gonna be locked in for that.
And is that all five guys on the court's communication? Everybody has to be on one court.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna happen. So at some point, sometimes they're gonna get behind us. Low man got to be in. It's all 5 guys. We got to recognize. We got to see what's going on, how we are playing it, if they're able to get behind or not. So all 5 guys got to be on the string. Everyone got to be, kind of play like together and cover for each other.
Zoo, defensively, you guys have been up and down at times this year. Kind of where do you think the defense is at right now?
I think we'll finish the season well from defensive standpoint. We had some like the first half against Cleveland was not really good, and what did we play after that? Play Phoenix. That third quarter kind of was not good, but I would say we're pretty good. Ever since we adjusted to that drop, I think it helped a little bit. And guys know their roles. We know what we got to do, and I expect guys to do it even better. At much with much more effort and stuff in the playoffs.
So there were times last month even where Paul and James talked about you guys' identity.
Yeah.
Have you guys found your identity, and what is it?
I don't know. You should ask those guys. But I think we always had a,
They come out.
you know, I think we got one, but you know, at that time we weren't playing like a team we won. So I think we're a defensive team that plays really good half-court defense that can lock other teams up. That can, you know, we can pick the matchups well on offensive end too. We can kind of find a guy that they're trying to hide and attack him. I think we're really good, you know, finding a mismatch defensive team and that can adjust to everything. So
I remember your first playoff series versus Golden State was a big motivation for
Yeah.
you, just kind of moving forward and
Yeah.
getting better from that. You took a big leap from then to your next series. Do you feel like you've taken even more leaps from your last couple playoff series to where you're at now?
I think so. I think this year I was able to play against the teams that play smaller more. I was able to punish the small ball on the offensive end, and I was able to. I think with all the experience, I kind of got better with on the defensive end, communicating that you know, those late switches, those rotations, so against the popping bigs, or you know, if I'm guarding a smaller guy. And I think that was a big thing. That's a big thing when you're playing against small ball unit or a team that has a stretch big. Is just you gotta understand the defensive rotations very well, and you gotta be able to communicate it before it happens. And then on the offensive end, I think I made a big step into just you know, when they put a small on me or they switch someone smaller on me, just ducking in and punishing that switch.
Considering the fact that you've had a couple series against this team and against Luka, like from a mental standpoint, you like acknowledge the fact that, you know, this guy's gonna have 40-point, big nights, big quarters, like, and you're able to just mentally, you know, move on, next play mentality every time. Is it easier now that you've had a couple of series, like you've played like 20-some games against them?
Yeah, I mean, it's not easy just, you know, watching a guy score that much and stuff like that, but he's an incredible player. You know, he's gonna get his most of the time. We got to make it tough. We got to make it really tough for him, wear him down on both ends, and you know, just next play mentality. They're gonna make shots, they're gonna make plays, and we just got to know we got to stay locked in into what we're trying to do defensively and what we're willing to give up, and execute our stuff offensively, and I think we should be good.
Thank you, Zoo.
Yep, thanks.